The new MC Chris album is pretty great. Let's take a look back at the 15-year history of MC Chris albums. Hey everyone, I'm VM Campos and I'm a big MC Chris fan. I've been listening to MC Chris music for over 15 years. So let's take a little retrospective of his albums. This is the very first one, Life's a Bitch and I'm Her Pimp. It's got 8 tracks, a few skits, and the very first album actually was not for sale. So this is just a ripped copy on a CDR from back in the day. You got his first album by going to his website, mcchris.com, downloading it, and ripping it, and burning it, and saving it yourself. This was a totally do-it-yourself endeavor. A lot of good songs on this album, but my #1 favorite song is Fet's Vet. Let's take a listen.
My backpacks got jets. Well, I'm Boba the Vet. Well, I bounty hunt for Java Hutt.
As the fame of MC Chris began to grow, a new album was brewing. This is the rare second album. This is the Knowing is Half the Hassle album. So this was an official release from 2002. It looks really low-tech because it is. This is a handcrafted album. This is, burned on a master grade CDR. And it's number 166 of 200. There were only 200 copies of this ever made. The back is, a Xerox copy of the playlist, very do-it-yourself. And then the front cover is a limited edition spray-painted logo of the album. So MC Chris held this at one point and spray-painted the hell out of it. For being a very early MC Chris fan, I also got this signed. My favorite song on this album is Geek. It really speaks to a lot of us, I think. Let's take a listen.
You know they're of a power holder. Sand kickers coming 60 clips upon the soda. They're gonna fold me over like a trapper keeper folder. If this is D&D, you'd see me jump into a portal. I'm a geek.
Things got a little more serious, and in 2003, the official release of this album was made. So MC Chris Knowing is Half the Hassle. This is the slicker version of the previous bootleg, and it's the same album, same tracks and such. It's actually, the content is slightly different. White Kids Love Hip Hop is a little different than the official release, and actually it was mastered a little bit out of order, so this track list here isn't quite right. But this is, the first official, real MC Chris album. Look at that. Look at how shiny, how pro that looks. There's the same logo that's, I believe, the Snake Eyes clan from G.I. Joe. Real credits and such. Cool story about how everything came to be over from John as well, and then a real case, a real booklet right here. So these are the lyrics. So early on, the MC Chris albums, if you bought the actual CDs, came with the lyrics. There's a lot of cool songs here. So there's John and MC Chris back in 2003.
Like Mahatma Gandhi, followed by a horde of hotties or the feds on the trail of a Mr. John Gotti. I'm a sound wave tsunami, vocal origami, hijack the mic.
Early on in the MC Chris albums, he was doing sketches. He had them from the very first album, and they continued here on Knowing is Half the Hassle. The second album, but the first real release. Next, we've got Eating's Not Cheating. So things are starting to get serious. This is from 2004. Cool MC sticker. Track listing, lots of great tracks on this. Made on a Mac in Spanish Harlem. 2004. The booklet again includes lyrics, cool photos of John and Chris, John on the beats and Chris on the lyrics, contact information back in the day when we were all repping a Yahoo account. So from this album, there's lots of great tracks, but I think I'm gonna say My Name Is one of my favorite. Listen to this.
Well, my name is MC. I'm like no other. A short size, high pitch, white skin brother. And when I say white, I don't mean pink. Come on, skip the white.
Next, we've got MC Chris, number 4, Dungeon Master of Ceremonies. This is where MC started his cartoony persona. There he is, reading some Walking Dead comics, track listing. There he is at a comic shop. Copyright 2006, Jetpack Industries. MySpace. MC was a big star on MySpace back in the day. So again, booklets with lyrics, with credits. What's really cool about this particular booklet with lyrics and dedications and such is that there's a very interesting dedication from a very interesting person. Get to that in a moment. So shout outs and so forth. And then we've got, what's that right there? Totally awesomely yours, Robert Kirkman, writer of Invincible and The Walking Dead. So Robert Kirkman gives a shout out to MC Chris on his album. So here I'm going to select the track Weed. Let's listen to that a moment.
We're smoking that danger, girl. We're smoking that Gen 13. Bonds call you the man, and you the can't stand the backfield with stems and seeds. Yo, I can't stand no ecstasy.
An interesting part of the discography is that, well, MC Chris used to be with the Lee Majors. So here we have the MC Chris and the Lee Majors, the New York University 8-track discography 10th anniversary edition. So this one is from 2008, and they were celebrating making music together, making beautiful music together for 10 years. If you know anything about music, you recognize that cover. That's a cover swipe of the Nirvana Nevermind album. Lots of cool underground songs here. From this album, I think the title track, MC Chris Attacks, is one of my favorites. It sounds like this.
MC Chris! I'm scared, I'm frightened. All my clip notes I'm highlighting. I'm in a blue funk and the parameters are brightened. If I am a puppet, I wish it's been tightened. But that's alright, I got my rig on a jet.
This was one of the last albums that came in a jewel case because as the world changed, so did MC Chris. And we've got MC Chris is Dead, one of my absolute favorite albums. There's a whole storyline that's going on throughout all of his albums, and by the time this one came out, he had been assassinated on the red carpet. So this comes in the slim cardboard case. Track listing, very cool painting of MC Chris. So this is from 2008. He's got his own LLC now, MC Chris LLC. Very cool painting of a zombie MC Chris. Alas, we no longer get a cool little booklet. So it's the disc, very stark. Some credits and such. From this album, I think Fallen is my favorite track.
I'm nice and I'm sweet and I shower twice a week. Kids digging on my speed cause I represent the geeks. But I'm really hella cool and I had sex before. So don't fidget with your digits, ain't no texting, whore.
After a death, there's a time that MC Chris was wandering through hell trying to come back. Well, there was a set of EPs, MC Chris Part 6, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. These albums from 2009 were some short and sweet 6 tracks plus sketches of MC Chris traveling through hell after his assassination. Again in the slim cardboard cases. Some credits. The album. For part 1, The most amazing track here is IG-88, which is a typo. It's IG-88's 57 Chevy. Let's listen.
I'ma go Bob, it's gone nuts, kinda scary. Jobs to cover, I'm really a revolutionary. Bounty hunter, gunner, don't lead, white blood. See me, I've been feeling cause we gonna get fucked up.
Part 2 is in the same vein of cool songs with sketches. From Part 2, I really like Japanese Made.
I like to whip you rock, working non-stop. Maybe wish I had 9 tentacle cocks. For the little fox with animal ears on top. I'm about to J-pop, got her on lock. Down in my dungeon devices.
Part 3 of The Journey Through Hell. I think here Hipster Hunter is the best track.
Make you hum Crystal Castles, it's invite only to my gallery show. Then I turn on the gas cause y'all gotta go. You cut coke like it's class, you beg for a buzz pass. Rock the Richard race car.
After this adventure, the preview here says, stay tuned for MC Chris Goes to Hell, parts 1, 2, and 3, plus surprises. So these were released in the meantime and were culminated into MC Chris Goes to Hell, which collects the previous tracks, slightly remixed, and new tracks as well. From this album, I'd say Lowercase is the one that I play all the time.
Name is MC, I'm stupid dope fresh. I'm a young man, but I didn't go west. Don't need a suntan, got lily white flesh. Write really big checks for my illy mic checks. Yo, just here to have...
After this ordeal of traveling through hell, MC Chris took a little detour to the Marshmallow Playground. This is a kids album full of kid-friendly tracks. This is from 2011. My favorite one here is the jaunty little song about mac and cheese and cut-up hot dogs.
Want some mac and cheese with some milk, Mom? I want some mac and cheese with cut-up hot dogs. Do my homework and my chores.
Back on track to the main storyline, we then have Race Wars. Many of these albums toward the end then start to segue into a future album. And here we have the underlying storyline of the MC Chris saga is we're back in the real world with a bunch of friends talking about the stuff they love. What was cool about this is that MC Chris put a call out to his fans to be part of the Race Wars fictional movie poster. So all of these are fans that sent their picture to be painted. It's like a Mad Max kind of story. No track listing here, but my favorite song is Where Is My 40?
Where is my 40? I can't find my 40. 40. Where is my 40? I can't find my 40. Where is my 40? Where are the people? Eager to...
Another short album then followed in 2012. This is Friends. This is a Batman-themed album. So this, curiously, the tracks are simply titled Part 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Part 1 is a hidden track off of Race Wars, which starts this Batman cycle. So these are all tracks based on Batman characters. My favorite track from this album is Part 4, which is all about Batgirl and Robin.
You know that we'll be around, we will never make a sound. Set them up, we'll knock them down till they stay down. You know this is how we do, it has always been us too.
After Friends, there was then a Kickstarter project, a digital download of Kixtape. So from 2013, this is basically fans contributing and getting a very cool album out of it. It's a pretty cool, uplifting album for a good cause. My favorite is Thank You for Being a Friend. Then we get the tremendous MC Chris Forever, which is a double-length CD. Now, if you've been an MC Chris fan, then that cover is very familiar. It's a throwback to the MC Chris is Dead, and now this is ghost-themed, Ghostbusters-themed. Very cool painted cover. So it is 2 whole discs of a lot of great music From disc 1, my favorite is Give Up the Ghost.
Time I go and give it the ghost up. Back on my life and all seas. I'm nervous, scared about weed and smoke. I can do, but I know if I go for the most about it.
From disc 2, Clue, I would say, is tops for me.
There is lightning, it is frightening. Mention a mention, attention, signing. I smell something, poop precisely. I go where someone invites me. It has my name.
There's also a hidden track that I would say is honorable mention.
I'm a pessimist from the discipline or genre. Commune, we're too cold. I badly wanna go beyond. Outer space is calm, and I couldn't resist. The Arctic's hard and harsh. It's a bitch I hardly miss. Get me on a space station, nation unto itself. For commerce.
And then so the latest album is MC Chris's Dreaming. I'm still digesting it. I just got it. This is a Freddy Krueger themed album. A single disc's worth of music. So far my top 3 are Sad Sack, Freddy's Dead, and Hypnocell. But of those 3, I might say Freddy's Dead is the favorite of the album.
If you go to bed, then you might find Fred called Freud. If annoyed with the thoughts in your head, the nightmares and shit, come for sexual leering. Fuck Carl Jung and I'm throwing his theories. Pretties in your walls, sizzle up on your toe. We got really long arms.
What do we get here after a long absence? A booklet again. And the booklet has lyrics.
My hands keep on shaking, I'm thinking I'm feeling fucked. I'm a nervous early, I'm telling you I'm taking tubs. Anxious and a sick, can't relax and it sorta sucks.
So MC Chris is one of the most creative musicians I know. I've been following him for a long time, obviously, back since 2001. And now in the year 2016, I'm still following him. I'm still listening to his music. I'm still enjoying what he has to say and the creativity. It's been a long trip, a long journey with a cool friend, and with all of the people that I know throughout the world that also love MC Chris. It's a journey that we all take together, with so many songs to choose from. Some of us newer fans, some of us older fans, all of us fans. We all started somewhere, and we're all taking a journey with MC Chris. This has been VM Campos. Keep rocking, MC, keep rocking.
Way back, college boy asked to a high school dance. Gonna wait, but my date was in my friend's pants. Didn't know what to do. MC feeling blue till my best friend said the